which comes out Friday the 13th. So tonight and tomorrow night, we're celebrating the opening of the film by playing bands who did little songs for that soundtrack, including the Violent Femmes. We've got a live clip from them coming up in just a little bit, Femmes fan, so stick around for that. Right now, however, here's Cracker. Get off this. It's Kennedy, and we are celebrating the upcoming release of The Crow, starring Brandon Lee, which comes out Friday, May 13th. And the movie is based on this lovely comic book by a man named James O'Barr, and it is about a man who dies and then comes back to life to avenge the murder of him and his fiancée. Himself and his fiancée get murdered, and he comes back from the dead to seek revenge, and he is watched over the entire time by a hypnotic black crow, hence the title, The Crow. And this movie is an alternative music fan's absolute dream, and I'm not going to say what kind of dream, because kids, this is a family show, and we are all about family programming here. Okay, Trent Reznor, Nine Inch Nails, also a part of the soundtrack. They are covering a beautiful rendition of Joy Division's Dead Souls, and here's Trent to talk about this.
When asked to do a song for the movie, what I thought would be appropriate was, in the comic book, there's a lot of Joy Division lyrics quoted, and I think that was a big influence on James. So I ventured into the dangerous territory of trying to cover a song by Joy Division, and I always liked Dead Souls and thought it kind of applied. I was a fan of the comic book before I heard there was a film being made, and it appeared to be being made the right way. I was somewhat intrigued to be involved in it in some capacity. Yeah, the song Dead Souls in the film is used fairly towards the front of the film, where when Brandon Lee becomes the Crow and is kind of seeking out his first victim, running over rooftops, and it's a pretty powerful scene. I was flattered to see that it was used there.
And we're flattered that you're as pale as you are, because you believe in healthy skin, first and foremost. Trent, March the Picture, Nine Inch Nails up next. Stay here.
Yummy.
Come to mommy. Huh? Hi, how are you? Okay, great. It's Kennedy, and this is Alternative Nation. I'm back from Jamaica. Love you. Don't you like my Oliver tan? Hey, I covered it up because I didn't want to be super feeling. Okay. We are celebrating the upcoming release of a movie called The Crow, which comes out Friday, May 13th. But, as you may have heard, the soundtrack is out now, and it is phenomenal. People are talking about this. They're talking up a storm. The tornadoes in the Midwest a couple weeks ago, that's because of the soundtrack. Rollins Band, Nine Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Jesus and Mary Chain, Stone Temple Pilots, all on this soundtrack, along with the Violent Femmes. And here they are talking about their contribution.
We contributed a song to the Crow soundtrack that's called Color Me Once, which is kind of an ethereal sort of musical extravaganza. And we had already recorded the song when we heard about an opportunity to participate in the soundtrack. And we thought, you know, based on what we heard about the movie, that song might be the right one for that particular soundtrack. We gave it to them, and they said, yes, absolutely, this is wonderful. We must have it. We can't live without it. The rest is history.
Wow, sounds like a stylist going, this is wonderful. This is perfect. We must have this. Okay, Color Me Once from Violent Femmes live performance coming up next as we celebrate The Crow. Gah! Gah!
And now the nominees for Most Desirable Male.
William Baldwin, Sliver.
I could never hurt you.
Tom Cruise, The Firm.
What? Whose side are you on here?
Val Kilmer, Tombstone.
You're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns. One for each of you.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, Hard Target. Denzel Washington, The Pelican Brief.
If this thing reaches as deep and goes as high as we think it does, these men will do anything not to be exposed.
To cast your vote for most desirable male, call 1-800-376-4170. Phone line provided by Sprint. Watch June 9th.
Friday, May 13th.
Not a good day to be a bad guy.
Brandon Lee, The Crow, rated R.
In a world of flat...
Welcome back to Alternative Nation. It's Kennedy. I'm back and so excited to be focusing tonight on the great new soundtrack from the movie The Crow. And one of the bands performing on that is the Violent Femmes. And as promised, here they are performing live, Color Me Once.
Maybe in the fire of her desire.
mouth is gonna say. He's gonna say, I gave you...
There you go. That's Money from the Backbeat Band. They're not on the Crow soundtrack, but guess what? A lot of really cool bands are. And tonight we're celebrating, tonight and tomorrow night, the release of the movie, which comes out Friday, May 13th. And it stars Brandon Lee, who returned from the dead to avenge the murder of he and his fiancée. Let's take a look at the movie.
You see, gentlemen, greed is for amateurs. Disorder, chaos, anarchy. Now that's fun.
Gentlemen.
So you're him, huh? The Avenger. The killer of killers. I just want him.
Wow, Gary Busey's in that. How about that? All right, movie out May 13th. Soundtrack is out now. And one of the best things about it is it's the first brand new Cure song we've gotten in years. They contribute a song to the soundtrack called Burn. So you have that to look forward to. Go out and buy the soundtrack immediately. Go rush right now. Let's check out something from a few years ago from Robert Smith and the Boys. Here's Love Song.